Good morning, confident ladies. It's Kate. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great day so far. I wanted to hop on here real quick and go over the weekly topic with you and just see how everyone's doing. So I know it's a little bit early. It is 8:15 a.m. Eastern time. I just got off a morning call and I have another one soon, but I thought I'd hop on here in between. I have calls till 8 tonight, so it's going to be a pretty long day. But I wanted to see if anyone was on so we could talk about our topic this week. First, let me actually make an announcement before we get started. Tomorrow is the last day to sign up for the Invisible to Impactful group coaching program. So again, this is a 6-week group coaching program to help you with all of your visibility needs, to help you get into the right mindset, to help you start building your confidence, figuring out what is holding you back from getting visible, what's holding you back from sharing your special gifts, showing up online, showing up even in person, locally, to be able to really network with people and tell people about the gifts that you have to share. So the whole program, again, is all about getting you into the right mindset to be able to get out there and start getting visible so you can start booking more clients, booking more ideal clients, and showing up as the leader in your industry. I know for myself, I shared with you guys in my case study about how, in the beginning, I was not visible at all, and I wasn't getting clients. So it took me a lot to work through that because there were a lot of fears with getting visible. Like, what will people think of me? Will people think I'm pushy? Will people think I'm salesy? Will people even want to hear what I have to say? How much should I share? Like, how vulnerable should I get? So all of these different thoughts and fears came up in the beginning. But once I was able to break through all that stuff and start putting myself out there little by little, it got easier and easier and easier. And I realized that it's all about consistency. So in the beginning, I had no engagement. I had no one really, liking my post or interacting with me. Even like locally, maybe I would, make phone calls to people, I wouldn't hear back. So it took a lot of consistency and a lot of perseverance to keep on going. And I knew from my experience as a social worker, working in drug and alcohol rehab, that, most habits and things take about 90 days to really start to see it come to fruition. So I knew that, if I wanted this to work, I couldn't just try for a few weeks and then see what happened, or try for a month, and if I didn't get, any good engagement, like then quit or then pivot in my business. I knew that I just needed to show up consistently, because you need to do something, I really believe, about 90 days to sort of master it and get into a good routine and really, start to have people understand what it is that you do. So I tell my clients this all the time. There's many coaches out there who will say, like, sign up, work with me, and you'll get your first client in a week, or you'll get your first client in the first month. Yes, that is possible, but I think it's a lot to promise. And when you promise a lot like that, you usually end up having unhappy customers, because it's really hard to just, start your business and get a client in the first month. Like, maybe you could get like a scholarship-based client or a free coaching client, but to get a paid client in the first month, it's not easy. I really believe you've got to show up consistently for about 90 days to really get people to know, like, and trust you before they hand over their credit card to you. Because personally, when I hire someone, I want to know they've been out there for a little bit. I want to know that they're credible, that they know what they're talking about, that they just didn't read a book and now call themselves an expert. I want to know that they've actually gotten their clients results. So people are going to want the same from you. They're going to want to see that you have a lot of knowledge, that you have a lot of expertise to share. And the other thing about this program is all about just giving free value. So I'm going to teach you how to really grow your business through giving, because that's how I grew my business. That's how I was able to book up all my one-to-one spots, which, by the way, I do have one opening up later on this month. So if anyone's interested, please fill out an application. But yeah, you have to really be able to give a lot of free value if you want people to know, like, and trust you and start working with you. So let's see. Andrea, she says, good morning. Thanks for sharing this video. Hi, Andrea. Good to see you. Andrea and I used to work together actually when I was a social worker. We had a lot of fun together. So yeah, good to see you, Andrea. So I'm going to just go over really quick. This week's topic was money mindset. This is a big one. This one can be really scary for people, especially when you're starting your business, because you feel really overwhelmed. Like, there's so many different things you need in order to get your business started. And the best thing is really just to stay focused and to not, I think it was just a thumbs up, to not feel like you need to get everything, because you can't do everything at once. You have to grow your business little by little. And so many people get in the mindset of like, everything has to be perfect. I need a perfect website. I need perfect branding. I need perfect like social media and this and that before I can actually start to get clients. Audrey, hello, good morning. Oh, I'm so happy to see Audrey. But you don't need all of that stuff to get started. When I first started my business, I started by having a scholarship program, and that was last August. I had no website at all. I really didn't have social media presence, but that's where I started. I knew I had to start somewhere. So rather than, telling myself like, I need a perfect website, I need this and that before I can actually start to get clients, I just began, and I started working with 5 women for free. I did a 2-month program with them. It went fabulous. And during that time, that's when I realized, like, that's actually when I sort of pivoted. I thought I was going to be a lifestyle and confidence coach, which would be somewhere in between being a therapist and being a coach. But those women that I worked with were most of them were business owners, and I realized how much I really enjoyed working with women business owners and helping empower them to feel really good about owning a business and feel really good about their clients and the rates that they charge and what it is that they provide their clients. So I decided to pivot then. So thank goodness I didn't have a website. I didn't have all of that stuff already, because things changed, and that's what happens in the beginning. Things are going to change. So invest a little bit at a time. You don't have to have everything at once. So I gave some tips on Tuesday, and let's start with number 1. Number 1 was identifying your blocks. If money is not flowing into your business, figure out what's blocking it. Do you have fears of taking on clients? That can happen. People aren't really confident about maybe working with clients, getting clients the results that they want, so they actually sort of like repel clients from them. They have people maybe that are interested, but they sort of self-sabotage. So take a look at your business, evaluate it, and see if that's going on. Number 2 is realize there's always enough money to go around. Just because that one client didn't sign on with you or book your services doesn't mean that they won't. So many people tell me, I had this call, it went great, but they told me they're not ready right now. You can challenge that a little bit, because sometimes, people are scared and they need you to sort of tell them, I can help you and this is how I can help you. But then there's some people who really just need time. They need time to think about things. And personally, I've had that happen before. I had people, we do a call together, and they say, you know what, I think I need to have X, Y, and Z in order before we start working together. So, I'll contact you in 6 months. And they do come back. So sometimes that happens. Just because someone says they don't want to work with you doesn't mean that they don't want to work with you. It might just be the timing or the situation, whatever's going on. And really believing that when someone says no, it's just opening up more space for someone else to come in, someone who is your ideal client, someone who really wants to work with you. So be okay with releasing those people and not holding on so tightly to those outcomes of getting on the phone and, really wanting that person to be your client. I never feel that way, because if you feel that way, you're going to be disappointed. So if someone says, yeah, you know what, I don't think this program's a good fit for me, that's totally fine with me, because I know there's someone else that's going to be better. And I actually is sort of a relief in a way. So keep that in mind. Number 3, Open hands to give are always open to receive. The more you give abundantly, the more comes back to you. So I talk about this all the time, and part of this is in our program, the Invisible to Impactful program. The more you give the people who follow you, the more you're going to receive. So I do not think that you can give too much away. There's many people out there who have said to even me in the past, like, you give way too much content, way too many freebies. People are not going to want to work with you because they can get it all for free. And you know what? Some people may not want to work with me because they can get it for free. But there's other people who do want to work with me because they see the value of my free stuff and they want to know what the value is of the paid stuff. So here's the other thing too, is you could put all of your best content out there for free, whatever it is. But it's really general. It's general to everyone out there. So it's not specific to that one person. So if they decide to work with you one-on-one, you are there, you're keeping them accountable, you are really catering all that content towards them. You're helping them take steps and giving them direction in their business based off of that content. So it's all different. It could take someone, I told this story actually yesterday, like everything that I've learned, I probably could have learned it for free. But I decided to invest a lot of money in my business the first year. Again, I started in October, but I started investing last winter. I started with B-School, and I wanted to set a really good foundation before I actually launched my business. So I've had multiple coaches between now and then, and I've invested quite a bit of money. Some of you would probably, your jaw would drop if you knew how much I invested. But again, I could have done this all on my own if maybe I found a freebie here and there, but you know what? That would have taken me probably about 3 years to get to the place I'm in right now. Me investing in myself right now and investing my business helped me get really quick results. Helped me be able to grow my business, completely fill up my one-on-one program, and I've created 2 other group type programs over the last couple months. So if I hadn't invested in my business and invested in myself and gotten all of that education and all of that learning, there'd be no way I'd be in the place I'm in right now. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth me waiting around and trying to do this on my own and spin my wheels for 3 years? And maybe you quit your 9 to 5. Maybe you are just completely out on your own, but you're not getting clients. So is it worth going, let's say 3 years, getting a client here and there and really having no income? Or is it worth taking a risk, making an investment in your business, getting a business coach, getting a mindset coach, getting a marketer to work with to help you grow your business? And it's going to be an investment, but you will start to make that investment back. I've spent a lot of money, but I've made a lot more money than that. So I have paid that off in, multiples. I've made a lot more than what I've invested. So for me, it was very, very worth it. I can't believe how worth it actually was. But that's what happens when you invest in yourself. So you have to ask yourself, what do I want to do? Do I want to wait and feel like I'm not getting anywhere and feel like I'm not earning an income for the great work that I do? Or are you willing to take a risk? For me, I had to put it on credit cards. But again, I paid it off right away because I was able to get these skills, get advice that was catered towards my business, get someone to really dive in with me, help me strategize and think of ways to grow my business. So I was able to pay those things off right away, plus add stuff, add money to my savings. So really keep that in mind. Number 4, know that if you want clients to invest in your services, you must also invest in yourself. So I've seen this happen before to many people. They say, oh my God, I'm not getting any clients. It's sort of like about what I just talked about. I'm not getting any clients. I don't know what's going on. And I'll ask, have you invested in yourself? What have you done to invest in your business? And they're like, well, I don't have any money. Once I get that first or second client, then I can start investing into my business. Well, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I know it's sort of a catch-22, but you have to invest in yourself if you want others to invest in you, because they want to know that you have knowledge to share with them. They want to know that, like, yeah, you may have a lot of personal experience to share with them, which is wonderful and invaluable, but they also want to know that you have some book knowledge to share with them. So whether that's taking a course, whether that's going to a training, whether that's getting your own coach. So, you know, when I decide to work with someone, I want to know that they've had X, Y, and Z training. I want to know that they've been coached by X, Y, and Z people. Because those are the people that invest in themselves, those are the ones that I want to work with, because I know they have tons and tons of knowledge to give to me. So, you know, I may spend, say, $5,000 or $10,000 to work with a coach. And I know that they have like $100,000 worth of training that they've done. So for me, that's totally worth it, because they're condensing all that information and packaging it and giving it to me. So really think that way. You know, if you want to work with someone, really ask, like, what's your training? What have you done? Who have you worked with in the past? Because you want to make sure that they have adequate training to help you. So I am going to stop there today. I did talk yesterday a little bit about, in Wednesday Wisdom, a little bit about my personal experience, and pretty much what I talked about here about how I could have waited and waited to invest, and I wouldn't be in the place that I'm in right now. So really take a look at that and really evaluate your business this week and figure out where you want to go with it. How fast do you want to grow it? Where do you want to see yourself in 3 months? Where do you want to see yourself in 6 months? Do you want to be in the same place, or do you want to be far, far ahead in your business? Think about that. All right, my dears, I am hopping off. I've got a call now, but again, I wanted to remind you all that Invisible to Impactful, the group coaching program, the cart closes tomorrow. So make sure, if you want to do it, that you purchase your program by tomorrow evening at midnight. Those of you who participated in the giveaway last week, Danny Calhoun, my VA, she should have reached out to you via Facebook Messenger with a little special, a little goodie to give you as a thank you. So those of you who didn't win the giveaway, you were getting something else special. So make sure you check your inboxes, check your filtered folders, and I think there's the spam folder too. Make sure you check that, just to make sure you get that little goodie. All right. I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.